Like life and death, moon and sun, it's sure to each the piper comes. And while God and Goddess give for free, down below there will be fees. Despite perfect love and perfect trust, there's no way around it. Cash is a must. We've sought within, but come up short. So we come to thee, your help to court. If you would aid this temple's life, a $3 donation would be nice. Remember well that gifts when sent return threefold of what was spent. But if you can't, well, blessed be. We shall survive, so mote it be.
Merry meet! This is Lady Nefties of Universal Pagan Temple. Welcome to another week of Wicca, a year and a day in Magic. This week is week 37. We'll be learning about the moon and different types of moon magic. Now there are 13 full moons in a year, and we'll be learning about each of those 13 moons. But let's focus on what type of magic to do during the different phases of the moon. Now let's start with the new moon. Spells to do during the new moon, such as new beginning spells, any spells focused towards improving yourselves, or new projects. Now the waxing moon. This is the time in between the new moon and the full moon. It is represented by the maiden goddess. Now, spells to do during the waxing moon are money spells, love spells, and any sort of attracting magic. Now on to the full moon, which is symbolized by the mother goddess. Do any spells involving money magic, fertility magic, healing magic, abundance, love spells, and success spells. And of course, during the full moon, make sure you charge your crystals. Now during the waning moon, do banishing magic and cleansing magic, and also protection magic. Now the waning moon is associated with the crone as well as the dark moon. Now during the dark moon, focus inward and focus on meditation. Now, these different type of spells that you could do during the different type of moon phases may vary between traditions, but usually they are as presented here. Now let's start with the January moon, the full moon of January, also known as the wolf moon or the cold moon. Now this is a great time for protection magic and goal planning and ending of old cycles. Now the stone for this full moon is the onyx. Now on to February's full moon, also known as the quickening moon or the ice moon. It's the time of Imbolc, so it's a time of personal development and prepare your body and mind and your environment for new developments and new life. Now the crystal of this moon is the amethyst. Now on to March's full moon. It's known as the storm moon or the worm moon. Now this is the month of the spring equinox or fall, depending on your hemisphere. Now this is a time for fertility and money spells and also love spells. Now the crystal for this full moon is the Bloodstone. Now for April's full moon, that is the growing moon, and it is a great time again for love spells and also spells of change. Now the crystal for this month's full moon is the ruby. May's full moon, also known as the flower moon or the hare moon. Now it's a time for career and money spells. Now since this is the time of Beltane, it's also a time to communicate with the Fae. Now crystals for this month are emerald. June's full moon is known as the Mead moon or the strong sun moon because this is time of the summer solstice. Now spells for this time of year are spells for strength, health, and unions. And the crystal for this month's full moon is agate. Now July's full moon is known as the hay moon or the blessings moon. Now this is a time for spells of peace and freedom. The stone for this month's full moon is the moonstone. August's full moon, known as the corn moon or the barley moon. Now, rituals for thanksgiving to the gods are called for during this time because it's the time of Lunasa. Also, it's a time for sacrifice. Now, crystals for this month's full moon are carnelian. September's full moon is the harvest moon or the wine moon. It is the time of Mabon and time to give and receive gifts, but also a time for herbal and kitchen magic. Now, crystals for this time for this time of the year in this full moon are citrine. October's full moon is known as the blood moon. It is a time for scrying and communicating with your ancestors. Also, spells for magical enhancement are called for. Now, crystals for this month's full moon are opal. November's moon is known as the hunting moon or the dark moon. It's time for banishing spells and honoring the dead. The crystal for this month is obsidian. December's full moon is known as the cold moon or long night's moon, since it's the time for Yule, the winter solstice. It's also a time for new beginnings magic, and magic concerning your family members, if they allow you to perform spells upon them. And the stone for this month is peridot. Now, there are 13 moons in a year. Now, I've only mentioned 12 of the full moons, but in case there is a second full moon in a calendar month, that is called the blue moon. So if there are 2 full moons, it doesn't matter which full moon it is, the second one, that will be called the blue moon. So this is a time during the blue moon to connect with the dead and honor them. And the crystal for this month is obsidian. Now, briefly, I will mention some of the gods and goddesses associated with the moon. You may already know some of them. So, goddesses are Juno, Hecate, Artemis, Arianrod, Diana, and Selene. And the gods of the moon are known as Thoth, Khonsu, and Mani. Now, there are many more gods and goddesses associated with the moon and its different phases. Now, your assignment for this week is to perform some sort of full moon magic. Now, depending on when you may be listening to this recording, it may be in January, August, November, or any of the months. So, research the type of moon that it is in the month that you are listening to this in, and perform a spell based on the qualities of that moon. And I'd also like you to study and research a moon god or goddess. But next week is week 38. We'll be learning about the sun. And then on week 39, we'll be studying the astrology and the zodiac, and also how the zodiac affects the moon. Now, until next time, blessed be.